Hello and welcome to the eInkPads troubleshooting video. I'm making this video because there are some people that have issues with connecting, and sometimes you may not know what's going on because maybe we're not telling you what's happening on your system. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with the connection. The biggest thing usually happens if you're running a firewall, for instance, and you are blocking any port 22, which blocks FTP or SFTP. 10.11.99.1, which is the default USB IP address that's dedicated to your USB connection from your tablet, that has to be enabled through your firewall. Make sure you disable, if you're on Windows, disable Windows Defender. That's the best way to do it, because if you know how to create rules within the Windows Defender, you can enable port 22 and it will be fine. Make sure, like I said, if you are running Norton antivirus or McAfee, any type of antivirus, that you disable it while you are actually using our app. That's the best way to do it, because reason why those particular programs compete or conflict with any of our apps is because whenever you make a change with any of our apps, we store all of those changes locally so you can always get back to it if there's a problem. So I have this window open here. If I go to, on a Mac, if I go to Documents, eInkPads, okay, that'll always be eInkPads. And I have several backups in here because what I do sometimes is I'll rename it, restart the app if there's any problems. That way I have a previous backup or a copy of the folder from the changes I had previously. So let's look at the one I did today. If I go into backups, you'll see a bunch of files in here. You'll see a bunch of folders. Because I have all of several different apps, I have all the apps running that we created. You'll see folders and you'll have files from all of. See, I have a binary license here. I have a file here, cred.txt, which is dedicated, which gets created when you connect. So it creates this file and it stores your password locally. So if any of you have ever connected with any of our apps and noticed that on your tablet it got blanked out for some reason, or you're doing anything, your password no longer exists, well, we keep a backup of this for you, so you can always figure out what your password was if you open this file up. And if you don't understand how to read the information in it, feel free to reach out to us at support@eInkPads.com. We'll happy to help you with that. Notice you have a eInkPads template config backup with the date. If I open this up, okay, I'm going to use a text edit. You'll notice this is your template database. So we do a backup of all of this information. So this is your database that gets actually there's a file on your tablet that has this formatted JSON file that keeps track of all your templates, the names, the categories, all of that, so that when you have custom templates, your tablet knows where to find it and reference it correctly. So you notice there's a notebooks folder. This is from Binder, because what I did, when you actually click on Binder and you click the download all button, it will back up all of your notebooks. It will convert them to PDF, okay, automatically. And that's a thumbnail of one of my notebooks. But this is a really cool feature, because inside of the reMarkable companion app that you download for free, you have to manually do that, or you can export to a zip. But with Binder, you can actually do that. Click one button and all your files are backed up. So that's a really good way to keep things safe and secure. We never store anything in the cloud. Everything is stored on your computer, safe and secure. They're your files. We don't believe in actually sharing anything. We are with eInkPads, we take privacy very seriously. Some of our users are doctors, lawyers, and we do not store anything in the cloud. So everything is on your computer. So if you have a problem and you think, oh, I'm going to reinstall eInkPads software and it's going to fix it. Never delete this backups folder because you may want this information again. If I suggest if you want to kind of set it aside, you can actually go to the backup folder up here, right click on a Mac, and you can actually compress it. This will create a backup zip file of that entire folder. So you see that? So now I can get back to this at a later date. I'm going to go ahead and delete that because I don't need it. But there you have it. So I'd like to talk about a few things with eInkPads. Sometimes you may have connection issues. This could happen. There's three things that could happen, be the problem with that. One, you're using a cable that does not support data throughput. Okay, I have one here. This is connected to this, but this is a USB-C cable that is USB-C to USB-C, meaning the cable that comes with your tablet is a USB-C to USB cable. Okay, so on a Mac, obviously the new Macs don't have a standard USB port. It's a USB-C. So you can go on Amazon. Okay, you can find any USB-C to USB-C cable that has data throughput. Make sure it says data throughput. You can't use a charging cable because that doesn't support data all the time. So don't use your Mac power cable. That usually won't work stably. It may work sometimes, but it won't work when you're transferring large files and you'll drop data, and sometimes your template database could be corrupted on your tablet. There's a fix for that, so don't worry. If this just say you did it one time and you opened your tablet, you used the wrong cable, or you disconnected it when you were actually saving a template, don't worry. Even though you might get scared, because this happened to me a couple times, you might say that, where are my templates? What happened? They're all disappeared. The template files are actually on your tablet. They haven't been removed, but the template database has been zeroed out or corrupted when you actually were making the change. All you have to do, there's steps that you can download a free FTP client, FileZilla, okay, and you can actually go into the backup folder that I showed you before, and you can actually copy over that backup in and do it manually. So you can, if you do that, you can get it back to normal. Feel free. This process is not as easy as I'm saying. If this happens to you, feel free to reach out to us. We have a step-by-step guide to actually help you fix that. If you run into that problem, don't worry. It's not that. It's a standard thing. Your device is not destroyed. Your warranty is not destroyed. It's all software, so it can be fixed. Okay? I don't think there's anything. Another thing. If you're using any of our apps, okay? One thing to keep in mind, okay? So if you're on a Windows and you're using OneDrive or any type of cloud service that is syncing automatically on your documents folder, it's going to run into problems when you use our app, because what happens is when you're using our apps, we're saving files over to directories and we're also reading it at the same time programmatically. So what happens is not all the information gets stored, or your cloud service may block the process. And if you have any issues, like let's say you drug something over and didn't actually save, or the screen locks up on any of our apps, it's probably because you're running a cloud service like OneDrive on your documents folder. You can temporarily turn that off by looking in your system tray and actually right-clicking and then going to settings and turning it off. There's plenty of information on the web. If you want to know how to do that step by step, just Google OneDrive shut off or OneDrive unlink if you're not using OneDrive on Windows. iCloud can have the same effect if you're syncing everything on the documents folder and you're also writing with one of our apps. Make sure that's disabled. Be sure that you have SSH enabled on your computer. If you're running a Mac, You can do this, you can turn this on by going into your settings. Make sure that's turned on. That's another thing that could happen. But out of the box, usually everything works okay. But there are sometimes people that are on VPNs, or their computer is configured, they don't have all the rights to actually write to folders on their computer. That could be a problem. So, but out of the box, it should work when you install it. If it doesn't, reach out to us. We can help you. We're here for you. 9 to 5 Mountain Standard Time. If you have a question, feel free to go to eInkPads.com and click the chat button. Most times, one of our representatives are available. You just leave the message, and if we're not in the office, we can answer you on the following day, or we'll usually reach out to you. We also have a Facebook page that you can actually go in. We have the community is. We have a great community of people that use our apps all the time, all over the world in different languages. So if you go in there, if you have a question, feel free to make a post, and you'll be surprised by all the people that will respond to you and help you out with your problem. Sometimes I do myself. I'm the founder, and I actually take all these calls very personal. Sometimes you may even get a phone call from me or a response from me. If I'm not busy, I try and stay close to our users, because I need to know what's going on. Because if in our future versions, we always try our best to catch it, but sometimes we don't always catch the issues when they happen. Because as you know, reMarkable always, every other day or every once a week, they're always changing their firmware. So we have to be on top of it. So please be patient if there's something that happens with it and you know there's issues, you can't connect. 90% of the time we're probably having a new version that we're working on, because we're always watching on these changes, and a few days later you probably have an update. Well, thank you so much, and if you have any problems connecting, don't hesitate. We're always here for you. Feel free to reach out to us at support@eInkPads.com or go to our website. And if you have any questions, or if there's things that maybe you have some ideas, feel free to send us an email as well. We always love to listen to our people. You guys are the best part of us, and we want to actually listen so we can bring all the products that you want. And we're avid users too. We love to use the product, so we're always trying to innovate on reMarkable. Thank you so much, and have a pleasant day, and thank you for watching this video.